What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of the Heel Hookers podcast, episode 95. Let's fucking go. Oh, it feels so good to actually have some real fights to be genuinely excited about heading into this weekend. Not like last weekend, only have a fucking worst Apex card in Apex history. Goddamn awful, terrible. We got some fun out of it.
There were some good finishes. We were really shitting on it, but it was a little fun.
Yeah, and I mean, we did have BKFC. That really did help out the night. You know, either way, let's fucking go. We got one championship this weekend. Was that Fight Night 22, Amazon Prime. We got UFC 301. Let's fucking go. Good fights all around. Before we get into all that, like and subscribe if you enjoy the content. We appreciate every motherfucker that does. Let's fucking go. But first thing to get into, we're going to talk about one championship because they're happening Friday night, not Saturday night like the UFC. And it's not the greatest one fight night card. It is definitely one more of that they have a great fighter in the main event in Smilla Sundell that is easily a fan favorite. Everybody loves. She's going to be a big fucking star for them. So they 100%. They don't have to worry about too much. They don't have to worry as much just heading down the card. You know what I mean?
No, definitely. Because easily main event, co-main, and then after that it kind of drops off as to where normally we know more people throughout the main card at least.
I mean, at least you two do.
Oh, yeah. We know, Ginger, you're racist. You hate one championship.
That's not... Jesus Christ.
Oh my God. The main event, Smilla Sundell, she's defending her one strawweight title against Natalia Diachkova? I'm not sure. I don't know. Either way, though, I know nothing about this girl. But the fact that she didn't do good in MMA, and now she's fighting Smilla. It's just one of those things.
I mean, she's on a pretty good streak. She has she's on a 4-fight winning streak, 3 first-round finishes in that streak, all in Muay Thai in one championship. So she's definitely doing well for herself. You know, she has the 3 losses, but overall, none of them back-to-back. Just overall, pretty good record. And she's getting into a lot of finishes at this point because she started off with a lot of decisions. But yeah, like I said, 3 of the last 4. All first-round finishes.
Yeah, and she is overall 28-4 in kickboxing.
Okay,
we'll see how that changes when we watch one championship because they'll say something completely different, more than likely. But
yeah, I'm pretty sure they'll throw like Muay Thai and kickboxing in together. So it's But either way, it's a Smilla Sundell fight, so that's what the fuck we care about. She is an absolute savage.
Crazy, just 19 years old and just a beast.
Yeah, so big and tall for the division, has power, has volume, just an absolute incredible fighter. There's no one else that I watch in one championship that I feel like is ever going to beat her at this point. I don't know, it just...
It's hard to see it because, like you said, it's not only the volume, but it's the power. Like, she's going to keep putting it on you in a great fashion. She's not going to let up, and eventually you're probably going to give up. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, it's beautiful to see.
Because I don't know how, do they have Muay Thai weight class for women above her at one? I don't remember. It's so hard to keep up.
I don't think so.
I don't think so, but
it's Tapology, so I don't even know where she actually fights at.
It'd be atom weight for one, right? Because it says flyweight. Or no, sorry, it's flyweight, so strawweight Muay Thai. My bad.
I was for one
strawweight. Yeah, they don't have above flyweight.
I wouldn't think so.
I didn't think so either, but I just wasn't sure.
You know.
Because I was just trying to think, I just feel like, you know, if there was, then that's where it's something she might be able to, like, get tested just against, like, a bigger fighter, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
But with being the biggest weight class that one has,
you're not going to get people that are bigger than her, because it's like you even have Natalia there who's 5'7". They don't have a reach for her, but 5'7" at 115 is big. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like...
Yeah.
But yeah, man. So
exactly. So
I'm just super excited. I'm just always expecting a great performance. Smilla Sundell. It's just always going to be good fun. Let's fucking go.
Always.
Co-main event though. I do not know Akbar Abdullayev really. His name does kind of sound familiar, but I know I've seen Halil Amir fight a few times. Akbar is 2-0 in one championship. Halil is 4-0, I think, 3-0. Okay,
both of them 10-0 overall.
Jesus Christ, all finishes for Akbar.
And only one decision? Yeah, one decision for Halil. So both of them are 10-0. As just said, basically every single time out there getting a finish is probably not going the distance in this one. But also I don't know. I wouldn't be too surprised either if it was just one of those things where you got like just two good, like, tough guys going after it, and it just ends up kind of being a 3-round war. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, also, Akbar has only gone to the third round one time. Every other finish was in the first round. As to where Halil has been to, 15 minutes at least once. So I wonder how that will play out too.
Yeah, he's been to the third round for a couple finishes as well.
I knew that for like a couple finishes, but like at least going like the full 15 and still winning,
Yes.
No, for sure. But yeah, it's like, it's not like the, where it's just a champion or whatever, you're just super hyped up for this fight, but I do feel like this is going to play out to be a very solid co-main event.
Oh yeah, Halil is fun, so.
Yeah, and 26 and 29 years old as well, so it's like both of them are young. Would not be surprised if they end up fighting each other again in one championship at some point. Like, well, only a couple fights for each of them here, so let's fucking go. I'm definitely excited for that one. Other than that, on the card, I don't really know how much you guys are anticipating any of the other fights or anything. Featured bout, Dmitry Menchikov, he is back. He had a real rough loss. I'm pretty sure it was his one debut against Regine Erceg, and he got absolutely fucked up. But 2 fight winning streaks since then. Been fucking people up in the first round, so I feel like that should be a good one. He just seemingly after that, he's like, nah, I just gotta fuck everyone up in front of me to just get back to that title fight.
It's just funny because this is the one where the guy he's fighting has also only lost and been finished by Regine Erceg.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's about it for one. Everyone else, it's just kind of expecting fun fights because it's one championship.
Yeah.
No, exactly. Good mix of kickboxing, Muay Thai, and MMA. One grappling match.
Yeah, that's usually how they do it.
Yeah. Let's fucking go. One, like you said, they're usually putting on some fun fights and just a fun fight card overall. So it's just always great to get some extra fights on a Friday night. But that brings us into the main card that we really want to talk about and want to watch. It's UFC 301. They're heading back to Brazil. Let's fucking go. Seemingly, so many people have such a problem with this card. And I feel like the biggest reason of that is most people just don't know Erceg and they're not expecting much of him. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah. I feel like a lot of people think he doesn't deserve the shot and they're just like, who the fuck is this guy?
Yeah.
Yeah. I will admit, him showing up to the face-offs dressed like a Best Buy employee did not help his case, but
Okay, but did you see that when he went to media day, he wore the opposing soccer team?
The rival soccer team.
Yeah. And so I guess that's just like a bigger deal in Brazil, like their whole thing, and so I thought that was fun of him.
Yes. It's definitely a thing. I did see someone else say that when they took a picture of him when he was doing his pose at media day, someone said that, hey, look, it's a finish line employee getting ready for the work day. So he just look like, that's the thing about Erceg. He just looks like an average guy.
Yeah. I know, so you can make so many average guy comparisons. Exactly. It's hilarious.
Yeah.
But if they don't know, they're going to just find out anyway. Like, he is a lot of fun. He's a great fighter. He's ranked number 10, but it happened. Sean Strickland got the shot against Izzy at, what was he, number 9 at the time? You know what I mean? It'd be like that.
I think he was, I thought he was higher up. I thought he was like 7 or something like that.
Oh, I could have sworn he was like number 9.
He was like 7.
Either way.
Better example, number 13 ranked Dan Henderson got the title shot against Michael Bisping at damn near 42 or 43 years old. So it was,
I was gonna go with the Ally number 13 Ally Quinta.
Yeah,
fighting for the title against Habib.
But it's like either way, like, you know, you have Royval who just lost, Moreno who's taking a break anyway, Amir's injured, Kai is apparently injured and also just lost his last two. Perez did just win, but he was just on a bad streak. Makayev,
he literally just fought last week too. So
yes. I mean, he's fighting again, but we'll get into that. Makayev, who just didn't look that great against Perez, and then just going down a few when you get to Steve, it's like he just looked so much better in his last fight.
I was about to say, like, next three are Kopp, Nicolau, and Tim Elliott.
Yeah, Manel, who can't make weight or can't make it to a fight. Fucking Manel, Nicolau.
Fought last week.
Nicolau just been knocked out in his last two, and Tim Elliott, the old man. Like, it just...
I mean, if Tim was healthy, you know what I mean? If personally...
if Tim had beat Makayev, I'd be on board.
He should have.
But he didn't.
I know,
if he actually did it.
I know. But yeah, exactly. When you go through it, it's like, clearly he's just... needing a dance partner for Pantoja in Brazil on this date, he's just the one he's ready, he's available, he's on a good streak in the UFC. Like you said, that last knockout over Matt Schnell was just absolutely incredible. It's just that at least gives a little bit of like hype and just excitement to the fight.
Yeah, and it's like at least they went to it right away, you know? It's not like they waited months and was like, yup, this is the fight where they could have made something better. It's like they did it right away. It's fine, and it's going to be so fun.
Exactly.
And I feel like a very big thing that I feel like is just good for Erceg to just kind of see, which is how you were talking about like earlier, just showing up to like, you know, the media day dressed as like the rival opposing team soccer, you know what I mean? It's like, I feel like that's just a great show of his mindset and just where he's at right now, and just he like ready for the moment, because I don't know, it's always been such a thing, like just in MMA, like high level and stuff, like you're going to Brazil to fight a Brazilian fighter, let alone just like the champion. It's like that's just such a big thing. Just the crowd, like the energy, like it's just.
And this guy says, I'm expecting beer bottles to be thrown at me. Get the true authentic Brazilian experience.
To be fair, like he actually he went to Volkanovski and was like, I've never done the there's a video of it. Him talking to him, he's like, hey, I've never gone to a someone's country like that, like where it's like a Brazil or like a Russia or whatever. Because coming to America ain't really a big deal. No one gives a fuck. But he's like, I've never got what's it like what advice do you have for me? He's just like, expect the boost. Just embrace all that shit that's just coming your way. Because you know it's coming.
Yeah, man.
Just embrace it. Don't try to fight it.
And that's the thing. You're in Brazil, and they're not just fucking booing you. They're literally chanting for your death the entire time you're there. It's
you're going to die.
Yeah, man. So that is just a great thing to just kind of see heading into it, of just extra more excitement, where it's like, he is totally inexperienced at the highest level to be prepared for it, but I have no doubt in my mind he did everything he needed to be the just most ready, he's gonna be the most prepared, and I feel like he's going out there to put on a fucking show.
Hell yeah. I mean, even leading up to it, he's talked about how when he trains, he doesn't just go to an MMA class or whatever. Like, he'll go specifically to Muay Thai, kickboxing. He'll go specifically to jiu-jitsu. He'll go specifically to wrestling, so that he can get all of these skills so well-rounded, rather than when you are working, just practicing your MMA and shit. It's like you're doing everything all the time, so you're not focusing on the skills and honing in on the potential that you could have in each aspect. So it was even good to hear that, because it's he's just really trying to be a well-rounded fighter.
I mean,
man.
A lot of the Aussies come from very smart camps. You know what I mean? So it doesn't surprise me.
With all of that, Pantoja, the champion.
The dog.
Yeah, man. This dude is an absolute fucking beast. That's why this is so hard, because absolutely love Steve Erceg. I fully believe in his in his potential. But you just look at Pantoja's resume against all of the best people in this division, and he just fucking is smashing through them all. He takes a lot of damage, he walks fucking through it, but so many finishes, so many great performances. Has one title defense as the champ. Do you think it's just Pantoja's time? Or do you think the new era of 125 and these younger guys coming in, they're gonna start to take over, and it starts with Steve Erceg in the title shot.
The thing is that I felt that it was Pantoja's time, but that the tide was changing, that it was coming, and it came a lot quicker than I thought. So I'm really not sure how to feel about it, because it's like, yeah, obviously this is such a huge step up for Erceg. It's gonna be such a good fight, but Pantoja is so durable and just so willing to walk forward and proceed to fight. You know what I mean? Like, he's never been finished before. I don't think Erceg is gonna finish him. I mean, if he can do good enough, though, like, you know, he can definitely get the decision over him. Like, Pantoja can lose some decisions, but it's like, his stretch of Manel Kape, Brandon Royval, Alex Perez, Brandon Moreno, and Royval again, it's like, those are great fighters and a great run to be on.
Yeah. I feel the same way, but I feel like I'm more on the side of the tides are changing than it's his time, just because like the durability and the toughness of Pantoja is going to, especially at 32 years old, 34, sorry, is such a double-edged sword, especially with someone like Steve Erceg, who has extremely crisp boxing, extremely crisp combos, and extremely good countering and good takedown defense, to where Pantoja can't just take him down if he's getting hurt. Clinch him up and take him down.
Brillian jiu-jitsu as well, with just locking.
I know, that's why it's like, I don't know.
That's why it's like, I feel like it's potentially, if he finishes him, if it is going to be a late 4th or 5th round finish. It is not going to be like in the 1st, 2nd, or 3rd round. He is going to need to tire Pantoja out and wear him down. That it is going to be an accumulation of damage instead of a single shot that is going to take Pantoja out. And with Steve Erceg's boxing and the way he's able to like hit to the body, hit to the head, and do all that, like, I feel like he's going to be able to tire Pantoja out, because he was exhausted in that Brandon Royval fight.
I agree more with you, Ginger, than Kate on this one, because like, you know, before, like, start of the year, and just especially after how Pantoja was just performing, it's like, okay, he's just gonna hold the belt down throughout this year, defend it against the people at the top, and then it's gonna be like, when like his durability starts to get worse and the new guys come in, that's when, like, you know, the tide's gonna change.
That's when it's gonna be the Ercegs, the Tyras, the Makayevs come in. And
I just genuinely think that Erceg is good enough at this point in his career to be able to get it done over Pantoja. And honestly, I would not be surprised at all if he is the first one to finish Pantoja, and I wouldn't be surprised if he gets it done earlier than like the 4th or 5th round. There are so
surprising.
Even with like, that's, I feel like that's definitely a potential. And there were so many times of watching Pantoja fight, you see him get touched to the body and it hurts him, but people don't follow it up. Erceg, I feel like, he's 3 inches taller. He's got a half-inch reach advantage, so not much there, but the height, I feel like he's going to be a way more calculated striker. He's going to be able to control the distance better, and I would not be surprised if Pantoja is rushing in and he's able to just time really hard, like you said, amazing counter shots that and I wouldn't be surprised if Erceg is walking out with the title in under 2 rounds.
No, listen, it's not that I can't see that.
But I get it.
When I was saying that about Pantoja, it's like, I'm very 50-50. Usually I'll at least lean 45-55. You know what I mean? Like, I am split just 50-50 of which way this is going to go, because I totally, like, I can 100% see that potential. But it's like, I just also can't doubt Pantoja's dog, even with that knowledge. It's like, I just have to see it. I'm so split on this. I have no fucking clue. Like,
I understand.
And with what I'm saying, like, I don't know what Jimmy's split is on this, but my split is like, more 55-45, maybe 60-40. Like, I'm not that, like, far into, like, Erceg is, like, 100% going to walk out with the title, or is more than likely going to walk out with the title. I just think it is a higher possibility than a lot of people are giving it credit for.
Yeah, I'm pretty confident, honestly. Like, just the more, like, I don't know, just talking about it and thinking about it,
I'm confident in a good fight.
Yeah, it's going to be good for as long as it lasts, for
like,
sure.
We all agree on that one. Like, we all agree 100%. It's going to be a good fight. It's just, like, we all have varying levels of who we're favor on what.
I favor neither of them.
Favoring.
Both of them. I don't know.
Let's go, motherfucking
Exactly.
Astro Boy Steve Erceg. He's walking out with the title 13-1. Let's fucking go.
Hell yeah, I hope so. That'd be awesome.
I hope.
But I like Pantoja.
I know.
That's the problem. I love
50-50, man.
Pantoja.
I can't.
Like,
every time I have a thought, my other thought counters it. Like,
yeah.
It's going to be a great main event. I am so excited for it. I feel like it is definitely worthy of being a main event as well. This co-main event, ooh, the King of Rio is back out of retirement. Jose Aldo taking on number 13 ranked. Is it still? I don't know if it might have moved.
It changed.
Number 12 ranked Jonathan Martinez. This is such a tricky fight for me because Jose Aldo, that's how I got introduced to the sport. I absolutely love him. He's just one of the greatest fighters of all time. The greatest featherweight champion fighter of all time, too. No one's taken that yet. Let's fucking go. But knowing that he has one fight left on his contract and he wants to fight out the contract, see how the fight goes, and just see where things go from there. I just don't know how much of a dialed in Jose Aldo that we're gonna have for this one, and if it's not Jose Aldo coming back with just trying like he has the mindset of I want to be the champion again, Jonathan Martinez might just pick this man apart for 15 minutes, and he
might. Yeah,
it's hard, man. It's such a good fight though.
This is the battle of. Yes, Jose Aldo is the king of Rio. He's also one of the kings of the leg kick. So is Martinez with 2 leg kick TKOs.
Yeah, I was gonna.
So this is gonna be one of those fights where it's gonna be hard to watch, just because it's like these two are both of them are limping out of the cage. That's just gonna happen.
Well, I was gonna ask, does somebody snap their leg?
No, I don't think so. It's also like Jose, it's been years since he's actually like consistently went to leg kicks. Like
I'm not even thinking about him throwing leg kicks, just Jonathan throwing leg kicks and Jose checking them.
No, and so that's where it's like I don't think Jose is gonna throw the most leg kicks at all. He might throw a few around, like it's not gonna be a lot. And I just have no doubt in my mind that Martinez is gonna try and throw a leg kick, and that shit's getting checked, and he's gonna be like, "I don't want to do that." And it's going to be like he gotta kick his legs, and he's
gonna be like, no.
Nah.
Yeah, man, you don't kick Jose Aldo's legs. That's not how it fucking works.
And that's why I asked about the leg snapping, because it's off the check, not No,
I don't want that to happen at all.
Yeah, me neither. That'd be awful.
Neither do I.
But it was the first thought I had when this fight was booked.
Yeah. And it's also hard too, with just Jose Aldo, 37 years old now, definitely getting up there in age. But I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if Jose, he might come out a bit more grappling heavy and probably look to use that as a path to victory. He fought Chito Vera and took his back for I'm pretty sure the basically entire second and third round. I thought it was mostly second round too, but just use that as an easy path to victory over a good striker in that division. I feel like he could probably do that to Jonathan Martinez. And that's where it's hard too, because Martinez, if he's not able to get the leg kicks going and if he's just struggling out at range, I don't know if he can box with Jose Aldo. That's gonna be fucking scary.
Especially considering
Jose really might just be Jose's fight, honestly.
It could be. 100% could be.
It's going to be all depend on Jose's age. And how...
It's all going to depend on what his strategy is. And how he goes out there and does what he does. Is what I think is what's going to come down to.
What, for Aldo?
Yes, because he has been training so much boxing recently, because his last 3 fights have been boxing.
Yep.
If he comes out heavy on that front foot and isn't able to check as effectively as he normally could, it is going to be a long night.
I just doubt that.
Yeah, it's there ain't no way that just doing boxing over more
the past couple of years took over a fucking lifetime of MMA.
Yeah, he's just.
It happened to Connor.
I mean, But I don't know. Conor wasn't a champ fighting at the highest level for as long and as young as Jose was. You know what it's different. Like he became WEC champ when he was 23 years old. You know, like that's.
I get what you're saying. I'm just saying.
No, yeah, but it's. I don't know. I feel like it doesn't really matter his game plan. That's where I feel like it's just going to depend on what kind of Jose Aldo we get, because anywhere near close to even just like how he was performing in his last run at 135 pounds, it's like I feel like he should be better than Martinez everywhere to be able to get the job done. You know what I mean? It's just if he's
I can understand that.
If he's just older, just not coming as good, then I feel like that's Martinez might be able to probably get a decision. I don't think he can finish Jose Aldo, honestly. I would be very surprised if Martinez gets the finish.
I mean, he could do it. I understand what you're saying with that. It's just one of those things where it's just like, I know he's not gonna. Obviously, it's not gonna be grappling, but like, he wasn't really getting finished. Really, the only people who finished him are Holloway, Connor, and Yoder.
Yeah,
and I don't have Jonathan Martinez in those ranks.
Yeah, no, that's where he's gonna have so much respect for Jose too. Like this is much more of a fight. How I kind of brought it up in the main event of like Erceg being prepared to fight a Brazilian in Brazil. Like Jonathan Martinez is gonna, I feel like, much more feel that pressure of fighting the King of Rio pay-per-view co-main event. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, I might be going with a Jose Aldo win. Let's fucking go. I'm excited for it though. I just hope Jose shows up good and we get a great fight. Let's fucking go.
That's what I'm hoping for.
This next one though, sadness is all I can express for this featured bout.
Yeah.
Lionheart, Anthony Smith. He's back in Brazil. He's never won a fight in Brazil. Fun fact.
Nice.
Oh my god. Just to add to the pile.
He's taken on newly number 15 ranked Vitor Petrino, undefeated 11-0.
Yeah.
As Ginger pointed out before we started the podcast and talking, Anthony Smith has damn near doubled the amount of losses that Vitor Petrino has wins in his MMA career.
Yeah. Not wins, fights.
Well, I mean, he's undefeated, so.
No, I know, but like that's just the thing. It's like that's just insane. That could be a statement where it's just more losses than you have fights.
Yeah.
It's just crazy.
Yeah.
It's just fucking, it's so rough, man. Like, Anthony Smith is such a solid fighter, but 2024 though, this dude has taken so much damage in his career. He's been beaten up by so many great fighters that even though Vitor Petrino is, like, at this point in his career, nowhere near the level of a lot of the fighters that Anthony Smith has lost to, I just feel like it's a little bit, he's just a little bit too far gone at the top of the division. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah, Smith has been finished so many times in his careers. 10 KO, TKO losses, 5 sub losses. And then you have Vitor Petrino, who's young, 11-0, and mostly finishes.
Yes.
And
also,
he has 3 decisions, but all the rest, he has 7 knockouts, 1 sub. Like, it's...
Also, with Bogdan getting into the rankings, Vitor's no longer in the rankings.
Ah, shit.
Oh, that's really funny.
Formerly number 15 ranked Vitor Petrino.
I mean, either way,
soon to be possibly ranked again.
I was going to say he's about to be number 10.
What do you mean Ryan Spann about to be out the rankings? Yeah. That's even funnier of that situation. But yes, that is kind of the thing. Like, even though like Anthony Smith in his last 2 or 3, let's see. Yeah, even though in his last, even though like in the past year, he's 1-2. He went to a decision with Johnny Walker where he took a lot of damage.
Yep.
Even though he didn't get finished. He
First
won
man to lose a decision with Johnny Walker.
Yep. Won a decision against Ryan Spann where he took a shit ton of damage.
Yes.
And then got KO'd by Khalil Roundtree.
In the 3rd round after taking a shit ton of damage for 2 rounds.
Yeah, all 3 of those fights just in 2023 over a 7-month period.
I feel like he is going to lose via KO TKO in about a round and a half.
I feel like
that's just what I'm feeling.
No, I feel like it's gonna depend on like how much the moment gets to Vitor. I feel like that's the only way I feel like honestly Anthony Smith gets it done is this is the biggest moment, biggest fight for Vitor Petrino in his career. It's in Brazil, feature bout on a pay-per-view. If this dude just goes crazy early trying to finish Anthony Smith, and then like he's able to hang it in there and just tough it out, I can easily see Petrino gassing himself and then Smith being able to get something done towards the back half. The only way I see that like Smith getting a win, honestly. More than likely, though, it's just gonna depend on when Vitor wants to like really explode. You know what I mean? And it's under a round, just a little over, like you said. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he's getting Smith out of there.
Especially considering like Vitor does have really good counters. Like, so Smith can't just go in there like and not respect what's coming back at him. Like, not be like, oh, this dude's very young in the game. I can just kind of do what I want with him. Like, no, you can't.
Yeah,
he's got extremely good submissions. He's got really good striking. You are not. No.
It's
not how you treat this fight.
I would love for Anthony Smith to be able to win, but definitely a rough one ahead of him.
Where I understand why, but at the same time, I'm like, I kind of want the young buck to get into the rankings and like get movement in 205. We've been having a lot of good movement at 205 with a lot of fun fighters. Let's keep that rolling.
See, that's why it's like we have had that, so I'm perfectly okay with Anthony Smith not getting beat up again too badly. And you know what? It's okay. He'll be back up there at the top. You know what I mean? It's all right.
I get it.
We got Bogdan pushing for the top. You know what I mean?
Bogdan.
But yeah, I just hope it's a good fight and Anthony Smith doesn't get hurt too bad. So let's fucking go. Next one on the pay-per-view shouldn't be in this spot on the pay-per-view in my opinion, but it's Michel Pereira versus Ihor Potieria.
It's lasting 43 seconds.
How many flips does Michel do on the way to the octagon?
What's the over-under?
All of them.
Over under 3.5.
Under.
What do you think, Keith? You think he could hit 4 flips before he hits the octagon?
Yeah.
Let's fucking go. All I know and all I care about for this fight is Ihor Potieria is returning to Brazil to pay for his sins of what he did to Shogun Rua the last time he fought in Brazil, okay? That's all that's happening here. God, he must pay and suffer with his consciousness. And Michel Pereira is the man to get it done.
You better hope that happens, because if Ihor somehow is able to drag this out to a decision, I feel like he can win, and Years is going to be very upset.
I will be.
I don't think it's going to happen.
I feel like Michel can win in any which way over Ihor.
The last time that Ihor dragged it out was in his last fight, and before that was 2018, but he came in Fat Boy against Robert Erceg. No one knows who he is. I don't know. Michel's way better. He's going to go in there and knock him out in the first round.
Let's fucking go. He must suffer the consequences. No real, hate to him. It's just, it's just one of those things.
It's one of those things that Jimmy wants to happen.
Yes. But the main card opener, which should be, traded spots with Michel and Ihor. But yes. I am very excited for this fight. You got a middleweight bout, 2 top 15 contenders going after it. Paul Krieg versus Caio Borralho. I'm so unsure of how this fight is going to play out. I don't fucking know.
Yeah, because it's you have Caio that is perfectly content with having a boring fight, being patient.
He will win.
Yeah, exactly. He will win, and that's what it is. And you have Paul Craig, who will absolutely not allow that.
Yeah, you can't do that.
Yeah.
So how is Caio going to handle that?
I don't know.
And is Paul Craig just gonna pull out a crazy finish over this guy.
I mean, that's entirely possible.
Yeah.
I could see a scenario in which Paul Craig throws one of his like more wild left hooks. Kaio ducks in onto a double, gets into his guard, and then all of a sudden we're seeing a Paul Craig triangle out of nowhere.
Bro,
yeah, it's like you just can't count anything out with Paul. And so it's like with Kaio being a safe fighter, it's like, is he going to be able to execute a safe fight? I just don't think so. And I'm really interested to see how he performs against fucking Paul.
And it's like, I don't know if he's like that, if he's good enough in the striking to just, you know, like even just how like Brendan Allen is like, just beat the shit out of Paul Craig. You know what I mean? It's like, fuck it. Like, I'll just fuck you up. Like, I don't think Kaio can just do that to him. Like,
Brendan is definitely way better striker than Kaio is. Like, yes. I will give you that 100% every single day of the week.
Yeah. So this is just such an interesting fight. I'm so excited to see how the striking plays out. I'm excited to see what the fuck happens with the grappling. Yeah, man. This is a very good fight.
My favorite part about this is that if Paul Craig wins, Moicano has to do his next podcast episode with a Patty Pimblett wig.
He has to win by KO TKO.
Oh,
that is the specified thing on it.
Okay.
Which oh my. Who would ever make a bet based on Paul Craig to win by KO TKO?
They did.
Who was it again? I didn't hear.
So Moicano said that Kaio's a lock and that Kaio's definitely gonna win. But if he gets knocked out by Paul, he has to wear the wig, and if Paul Craig loses or gets knocked out.
If any other thing happens other than that.
If any other thing happens other than that, the guy he does the podcast with, Maddie, has to take a leg kick from Gilbert.
As hard as Gilbert wants.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Gilbert don't be throwing leg kicks that often, but I know he'd be having hard leg kicks.
No, yeah, and so that's why it's like, why would that dude ever make that bet? Like, the risk versus reward on the stake of a Paul Craig TKO? Like, that's crazy.
I think he just trusts that Gilbert is a nice enough guy that he's not going to absolutely demolish his leg. And I
hope he's terribly mistaken.
I don't think he is, if I'm going to be honest, especially with them being friends. Gilbert's a nice guy. He's not going to
probably hit him like 50, maybe.
Yeah, exactly. He's going halfway. Yeah. He's going to make sure it hurts a little bit, but he's not going to walk out like, oh my God, I'm limping, you know?
Well, he'll be limping for a little bit after, just because like the other guy's probably not used to taking leg kicks at all, so he'll be limping for like a minute or two after, but after that it'll be fine. It'll be a really bad Charlie horse for him. But, but betting on a Paul Craig fight at all, he is the Michael Johnson of 185, 205.
I feel like the only worthwhile thing is the fight to not go the distance.
Yes.
Like, I'm pretty confident in Paul Craig getting a finish or getting finished by damn near anyone in the world. So it's...
Yes. 100%. I agree with that.
But yeah, absolutely incredible. That's the pay-per-view main card from Brazil, 301. I'm definitely excited for that. Solid 5 fights. The prelims, we got some pretty good fights on the prelims. I will not deny that at all.
Yeah, I'm excited for these prelims, honestly. There's multiple good fights.
Yeah.
That's why it's like, I don't know why people are mad at this card, man. There's so many good matchups, so many fun fights.
And it's a Brazil card. They're gonna put a shit ton of Brazilians on the card.
And they had a hell of a lot of Brazilians on their 300 cards, so...
And I feel like that's really where the problem is because... They've already used up their big Brazilian stars for this year. You know what I mean? Charles, Paulo, Poetan. You know what I mean? Just all these guys, like the big names that could be in like the bigger headline spots. So it's like you have a flyweight title fight as the main event. So people already are just unhappy with that. It is what it is. Yes. It's flyweight. So that's just, And then the only real big Brazilian name you have on the card is a returning Jose Aldo. That's 37 out of retirement. So it's just like...
Which is so disrespectful. Pantoja's a champ.
Exactly. Obviously, it's just that... But then this is just a great card for like the future of Brazilian stars.
No, yeah,
you know what
100%.
I mean? Like that. This is going to be the new era of just up and coming good Brazilian fighters in the UFC.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's like, do you want to just start with the prelim main event? Like
just
Joe Anderson, Brito, and Jack Shore. Like that's a fucking banger.
Joe Anderson Brito has a win over Diego Lopez and can just start there. That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's already good.
That's how we got to the UFC
series.
Contender Series, yep.
Yeah. 4-1 in the UFC since being him on Contender Series. The one lost to Bill Algeo, but you know.
I was about to say, right before that, I saw this on fucking Twitter. Right before that, beats Chepe Mariscal.
Yes.
As well, in the first round, 44 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, y'all, this guy is good. These are good fights. Stop bitching.
Yeah, he's had straight finishes. Andre Fili, Jonathan Pierce, the better ones in there. But either way, it's just really good.
Yeah, man. Like, yeah, exactly. Last week, JSP, everyone knows how much I love him. Yeah, finished him second round easy. 41 seconds, knocked out fucking Andre Fili. That's incredible. And then, 2 more finishes over there. Weston Wilson, Lucas Alexander. Not that great, like, you know, but either way, 4-fight win streak, all finishes. Absolutely a monster.
And then you have Jack Shore, whose only losses to Ricky Simone. Like, he's very solid in the UFC, 6-1.
He came up to 145 after that loss, beat Makwan Amirkhani, which it's like any decent fighter should be able to beat Makwan Amirkhani, especially if you have any level of grappling. Yeah. So it's like that, you know what I mean? It's, I don't know, man. Even like without, it's one of those things, I'm just not sure if this is going to be the best weight class for him. I just feel like it was a real rough loss, and he was just like, oh, maybe just having a little bit of like a hard cut, so he's just like, all right, maybe I have to switch things up.
Yeah.
But Joe Anderson, the monster.
Yeah, man. I feel like Burrito's probably going to catch himself another finish here. I wouldn't be surprised if he knocks out Jack in the first round, or if there's a lot of grappling, Jack has to do too much, and then as he gets tired, second and third, he gets finished there. It's
I was about to say Joe Anderson Burrito finished JSP with a ninja choke. I could see that happening again with like going in for a double leg and stuff. Like there are so many things that can happen.
Like there's potential for a really good night for Brazil.
Yeah.
100%.
Next fight on the prelims, I don't know how much you guys care for this one, but I am such a big fan of this one. I'm also not at all, though. Yasmin Lucindo versus Karolina Kovacevic or Kovalkovich, whatever.
Yeah, I like Yasmin.
Yeah, and I fucking love Karolina.
I know you do.
Bro, to watch her fucking career turnaround has just brought so much genuine joy for me, and I have just been so happy for her. And Yasmin Lucindo is a very solid up-and-coming fighter, and this is her shot to get into the rankings. I feel like she's probably going to beat Karolina.
Probably.
Is she 38 years old at this point? 38 years old.
Yeah, she's 38, and it's also like she is on a good run, but they are against not great people.
Yes.
And not that Yasmin's the best, but it's like she's young and up and coming, and this will just be a good step for her, you know?
Yeah. Like she's 22 years old, 16 years younger than Karolina. Like, she lost her UFC debut to Yasmin Howdy, and then beat Polyana Viana and Brogan Walker. It's like Polyana, a very solid win. Brogan not the best one, but it's like
same height, 2-inch reach advantage to Yasmin.
I just really hope that Karolina can win. I just want her to keep on winning until she fights out her contract, and she could just end her career on like a 7-fight win streak or some shit like that. However long that shit goes, I don't give a fuck if it's someone like if she just keeps fighting people that are like 0-3 in the UFC and shouldn't be here, and they just give her Karolina and she's in the top 15. You know, like whatever.
Yeah,
just let her get the wins. But this is this is definitely the setup fight to give Yasmin a great name on her record at 22 years of age. Like, it's like if she gets it done, fucking 22 years old and you're inside of the top 15, world is yours. That's incredible.
Yeah. Oh yeah, 100%.
But the fight after that, I am so excited for this one.
Who's the real pickle?
Anyway, Elvis Brenner and Mick the Back this is such a good fight, man.
Oh,
yes.
Elvis Brenner, just another person who, he's been in the UFC for a couple fights, but just on a real good streak, looking great at 155. Yeah, he's 3-0. Split decision in the first fight, but 2 finishes since over Guram Kutladze and Kanan Krajewski. That's who beat him. That's really funny. But
that win over Guram was really the one I was like, okay, this dude is a fucking monster. Like,
that's exactly what I was thinking too. Because Jesus, me and you were both like, Guram's gonna win this. It's shouldn't be no problem, you know.
Yeah, man, I was just waiting for the fucking day to come that he just gets the top 15, top 10 opponent, and then Guram smashes them, and now he's the top contender, you know? No.
And then, he got completely smashed in that third round.
Right.
Those body shots.
Beautiful comeback.
My God.
And then you have Mikabek, who made his debut at 170 against Erceg, got the finish over him, neck crank in the second round. He be finishing the hell out of people too. It's like, this is just gonna be a good fight.
Yeah, we just seen what fucking Udos did to fucking Tim Means last week. You know what I mean? Like that.
Right, Tim Means, who has only been finished twice in his career. It's like,
and
or knocked out, I should say. But
and Mekdebek fucking ran over that dude. Like, it would. Not a hard fight for him. Like, this is fight of the night. I have
more likely.
I have almost 100% confidence that this is going to end up being fight of the night. It's just like, how does it not? You know what I mean?
No, I get you.
It's so fucking good. I'm excited. Next one, I don't know how much. Jean Silva, he's trained out of the same camp as Caio Baralho. The Fighting Nerds, let's go. Taking on William Gomis. Right. Jean Silva, very solid fighter all around. I feel like he's probably just going to go out there, use the grapple, and get it done. That would definitely just be the smartest path to victory over Gomis.
Yeah, they're both solid. I feel like it's going to be a fun fight, but both of them still fresh in their career, 1-0 and 3-0, so...
Hell yeah. Joaquim Silva versus Jakar Close. Jakar coming off that fucking absolutely murderous slam knockout.
Yeah. Beautiful.
I thought my boy Joe was going to get it done over him.
Yeah, and it was funny when they had first announced that fight with Joe. Me and you were the only people looking for a Jakar Close fight announcement.
Yeah, because it was probably like 5 months of looking through Tapology rankings and seeing his name. It was just like, where's this guy at? When's he going to come back?
Yeah, exactly.
And so hopefully he could, get bit back to more consistency. Because overall in his career, what does he have? 1 loss in the? Okay, 2 losses in the UFC. I forgot. Yeah, David Tamer, but then lost to Beneil Dariush. But like, he has. Yeah, beaten most of the people that he's fought in the UFC. He's a very good fighter. If he was more consistent, that would definitely help him out of being like just in more like just bigger fights and just kind of getting into like the rankings and stuff like that. Definitely holding him back.
Yeah, and at this point he's 36, so definitely didn't do himself any favors with it, you know.
Yeah. But probably trying to just get back to some of that consistency, getting some of those paychecks. But Joaquim Silva, Jakar should probably just win this, right?
Probably.
I don't know.
But again, I'm sure it'll just be a fun fight.
Yeah, 155. Let's fucking go. Other fights on this card. Jamie Malarkey, he's back, right? I know that's everyone's most excited fight on the card. But to talk about something better, our boy, he's back. Bonfim. I'm scared for this fight. I've been scared since they fucking announced this, and then Bonfim missed weight, and so he had like the fight got scrapped, and so now they rebooked it.
Yeah.
Vince is talking shit. He seems real confident in this matchup, and that makes me extra nervous. Like
he's solid, but he's fucking 41.
He is. But there are certain old men you don't doubt, even though, you know what I mean?
He hasn't fought in 2 years, basically to the day, a month over, actually.
That's probably good for him.
Yeah, but also, like, you know what I mean? His last wins are over Austin Hubbard, Jim Miller, Roosevelt Roberts, and that's going back to 2019. That's 2021, 2020, 2019. You know what I mean? It's been 3-4 years since that shit. He is 41 years old. Bonfim, I know, is there to just have a fun fight, and because of that, like, who knows how it can go, but I think he should win this, honestly.
So do I, just because I feel like Jim Miller had to have indulged in a striking battle, because, like, his 2 of his losses are to Gregor Gillespie and Mark Madsen, who are both great wrestlers. I feel like if that is not Bonfim's game plan, is to take this man down and try to submit him, I don't know what he's doing.
Yeah, sure. He's only lost to grapplers because his only other loss was his UFC debut after Tough, and that was Rustam Habibov, who is a very solid grappler. And so,
if that's not his game plan, then either him or his coaches are not looking at the fights that Vince Pichel has been in.
I just have the feeling he's gonna shit the bed, man. Listen, I just really do. That's
the thing.
It's
is
just a feeling.
When it comes to this bomb theme, I just expect fun fights from him. Yes. He's very solid, but he's there for fun. It doesn't seem like he's like, oh, let me figure out the game plan. He's like, I'm just here to fight, but in a good way. And so it really can go either way. But I still think he's gonna win, even if he strikes it out with him. I think he got this.
I hope so.
He only has 4 losses. Like, it's not like he'd be losing all the time. Like, he's this back and forth 50-50, like, killed fighter, you know? It's just...
I mean, it's not like Vince is that either. It's not like he's back and forth fighter and...
No, I know, but when I say, like, oh, like, you know, he's there for fun fights, it's like he still is good. And with that, I just think that he's not going to be scared to engage in the striking, and I think that he can still win.
Definitely. 100%.
No, 100%, yeah.
Prelim opener, 125 pounds, Costa versus Borjas. I feel like that should be a very fun fight to start out the night.
That should be fun, yeah.
Let's fucking go. But those are all of the fights of note to talk about. UFC 300, hell yeah. Fight news, very short this week. Not too much to get into, only a few fight announcements. But we finally got a main event for, was it Louisville?
I think so. I don't know.
Pretty sure that's what it is. Jared Cannonier, he is finally back, taking on Nasruddin Imavov. I just feel bad because Jared Cannonier is a very solid fighter. He's super fucking good, but I feel like because he's already lost in a title fight to Izzy in a very underwhelming fight that was like no one ever needs to go back to rewatch that fight. You know what I mean? You just don't got to. But he's 38, 39 years old at this point. The UFC definitely 40. Oh my goodness, terrible. But the UFC just isn't looking at him as one of the guys to push to get to the title. You know what I mean?
I know, and he looks so good in his last fight too.
Yeah, just absolutely dismantled Marvin Vettori, other than going southpaw in the first round.
But he fixed it.
Yeah, it's like it just sucks that he has to take on Nasruddin, just fighting so much back in the rankings.
Yeah,
as long as he's not like just getting too old and like, you know, just after the injury just had recovered well and everything, like if he's coming back to form like he did in the Marvin Vettori fight, this is his fight, man.
Yes.
His fucking fight. He's gonna smash Nasruddin.
Yes, 100%. And also with that, I'm gonna be at that card.
Let's go.
Very nice.
Hell yeah. Into his first UFC event. Let's fucking go. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely a great main event to have on that.
Hell yeah.
Oh, yeah. A lot of good fights on that card.
Definitely stacking out for Kentucky for some reason. But, yeah, let's fucking go. This next one, very much mixed feelings about Tatsuro Taira, our boy, was supposed to be taking on my boy, specifically Tim Elliott. But my boy had to pull out. I'm not sure why. I forget. When the fight first got announced, I was very sad about it because I didn't want to see Tim Elliott lose, and I didn't want to see Tim Elliott beat Tatsuro Taira. But as the time went on, it's like this is just a great test for Taira. I was getting just accepted it. I was excited for it, and then of course he pulls out. So they give Taira unranked Joshua Van.
Yeah.
Which
like you said, just the mixed feelings because it's going to be such a good fight.
Yeah.
It's going to be a great fight. But I wanted Tatsuro to be able to move up and actually get that win on his record, get that name on his record that mattered, move him into the top 10 and get him into more meaningful fights.
Yes.
Because it's like, he was supposed to fight David Dvorak. Dvorak pulled out, he gets an unranked fighter. He's supposed to fight Tim Elliott. Tim Elliott pulls out, he gets an unranked fighter. It's like he's not able to really build up his resume right now because shit keeps happening. Like, great fight, but I just wish he could start moving up for real.
No, 100%.
35-0 in the UFC, supposed to fight 2 different ranked people.
I know, and that's why it's just one of those wins where, like, if Tatsuro does get it done, as time goes on, it's just gonna look better. You know what I mean?
For sure.
Like
it's definitely gonna age well.
Exactly. Like 2 years afterwards, when it's like if he's in the top 5 or whatever, and Joshua Van is doing his thing, like people are gonna be like, "Oh shit!" Like yeah, he beat that guy because Joshua Van 3 fights in the UFC. I think the lowest significant strikes he's landed in a fight was his last one, and I believe it was 82 significant strikes.
Yeah.
The other ones both over 100. Only motherfucker out here that's looking like he could potentially be on pace to match Max Holloway's output.
Right, because he has the age and the actual output starting from his beginning fights.
Exactly.
Like,
yeah, it's absolutely incredible. This is going to be a big test in Tatsuro Taira's fight IQ. There is no motherfucking reason that he should be engaging on the feet at all. It should be takedown, takedown, takedown. Drag this man down and choke him out. Like it, because I don't know, man. I know that was a great finish that he had in his last one. I just don't think he's probably going to be able to hang with that kind of output and pressure that Joshua Van is going to put on him on the feet. That's just a tough test for anyone, man.
I agree with you on that one.
I think he's fine. But either way, I do hope he just takes him down and subs him because he has that capability and it would definitely be the smarter path.
Yeah.
I mean, that's Van's 1 loss is via rear naked choke in his third pro fight, but
yeah, but it's like out of Tatsuro's 15 wins, 7 of them are by sub.
Yeah.
Exactly.
4 knockouts, 4 decisions.
He's got good ground and pound too, so it, you know what I mean? Like it's just take him down, control him, and then just however it plays out. But he should not be looking to go out there and just like, let me work behind the jab and throw some leg kicks, and you know what I mean? Like I feel like the faster he just gets in front of him, just puts maybe like 1-2 shots and then just on the takedown. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You just got to pressure him right back. I'm super excited for that. Let's fucking go. This next one, absolutely terrible. They just are really trying to just do everything they can for Dominic Reyes to suffer another knockout loss. Yes. Granted, with his last one supposed to be against Carlos Oberg, like obviously that was terrible. Now he's going to be fighting Dustin Jacoby. Dustin, a very good kickboxer, so it's still bad, but he's not as big and explosive. You know what I mean? It's a much different kind of fight. So that's the one thing that definitely helps Reyes out in this one. But I'm still just so worried for him, man. It's so many bad finish losses in a row that
it's like you don't have to be the biggest puncher to get hurt at this point.
Yeah. He can just... He's going to rip the leg kicks, and then he's just going to time a beautiful left hand and probably fucking sit Reyes down. It's going to be sad. I don't want that.
Happen.
But the last one to get into, Kate brought up earlier, motherfucking Alex Perez. It's just his year this year. This motherfucker is like, I have made such little money these past 4 years. Give me fights, please, now, and thank you. He was supposed to fight Tagir Ulanbekov, and then they pulled him so he could fight Mateus Nicolau in the main event last week. Gets it done in spectacular fashion. So the UFC is like, why the fuck not? Just put him right back against Tagir Ulanbekov. Yep. He was ranked number 7 or 8, knocks out number 5, and he fights number 12. Or like, I think Tagir's around there.
Number
12. So it's definitely not. It's a wacky way of doing it. But he is definitely just looking for fights and looking for paychecks.
The consistency. Bro had 11 canceled fights, and now in a matter of 3 months, he's going to have 3 fights.
Yeah.
Because this is booked for June 15th. He fought Makayev March 2nd. Like,
I mean, and guess what? Like, with the way things can play out, if Erceg could beat... when is this fight exactly? What?
June 15th?
June?
Yeah.
Okay. Never mind. Because I was just thinking of like timelines, and then I'm like, when are they going back to Perth?
August.
Well, then maybe to where Erceg beats. If Erceg beats Pantoja, he wants to fight at Perth.
Mm-hmm.
They give him Alex Perez 2-fight winning
streak. If Perez
streak.
wins, 2-fight win streak. I mean, you could go Brandon Royval, Brandon Moreno. Well, not Moreno. He's taking time off. You could go Brandon Royval.
It would be really funny if they went to Perez. That's all I'm going to say.
It would be.
Perez just gets a rank number 5 rank win and number 12 rank win, and that gets him a title shot before Makayev. After Makayev would have still had a win over him like 5 months beforehand.
Yes, yes,
that would be really funny. I would be so upset if he beats Tahir and then he gets a title shot against Steve Erceg.
Yeah, no, he should 100% have to fight someone else. I was just like looking at timelines, like,
I'd rather Makayev just get the title shot, even if Erceg becomes the champ.
Isn't he supposed to be fighting in Saudi Arabia?
I don't think anything is official.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything.
I mean, that's what they want to do.
So then, yeah, probably not then. I don't know.
But they'll probably just go to Royval.
Oh, he'd probably fight Royval, no?
Yeah, he said he would.
I mean, Makayev and Saudi. If he
I was talking about for a title shot. I think they'd rather go to Royval.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to see how it all plays out, though. Either way, good for Alex Perez to just be able to get some fights in this year. Let's fucking go.
Yes.
But that is all of the things to talk about for this week. Let's fucking go. One championship, UFC. I'm excited for it all. I hope everyone enjoyed this one. We will catch you on the review with hopefully some great fights and great performances to talk about. Yeah. Let's go. Peace out, everyone.